Hi guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. All right, this is GBPAUD. We are currently on the monthly time frame, okay? And there's one thing you have to understand. The market is more like arts, okay? Yes, you need to understand your craft like an artist. Okay, looking at the overall GBPAUD chart, you realize that it has been bearish for a very, very long time, okay? Overall it is bearish. But now, on the immediate, you realize price is giving us some bullish vibes, okay? It is giving us some bullish vibes, though consolidating within 2.1 thousand and um, 1.6 thousand. You see, this between these two zones, price has been consolidating. Yes, price has been consolidating. Now, I always love to mark out measure levels on my charts because those levels are points where price love to react from. So I consider them psychological levels. Okay. So if you look closely, you realize that price has tapped on these levels multiple times. I have a video on this channel guiding you on how to trade using just these psychological levels. All right. Okay. That being said, looking at what we have on the monthly, you realize that we have been trending upwards a little, okay? Because though we are in a consolidation right now, but looking at price action here, you realize price was creating lower highs and lower lows, lower highs, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And what happened? We had a change of character here. And since we did that, price has not taken out this low, okay? Telling us, yes, we are now trending upwards. Okay, now that we notice that the monthly is bullish, okay? Because this is top-down analysis. We start from the monthly going down, all right? The overall monthly is bullish. But internally, we have a consolidation because we are ranging between this zone and this zone. Okay, that's what we see here. Now, I want you to look at something. When I say price acts like magic, you need to understand. All right, now we have some lines we'll be drawing on the chart. These are what we consider trend lines. Look at this. Every time price touches your zone, it reacts. Okay, every time price touches a trend line, it reacts. So, for example, price touched it here. This is the first time price touched, right? This is the second time. And this is the third time. And what happened? Price breakthrough. Okay, let's look at something here. Whenever price touches a zone like that, it actually reacts. That's why you need to be very, very vigilant as a trader. Once you spot a trend, a direction, you know that, okay, anything that happens around uh, a trend line towards the direction, like now, we were trending downwards at this point, right? Because this moved from here, it came down, took out the last low that it created, you see, and gave you a pullback to the trend line and did what? Came down, took out, tapped on your key level and did what? It came here. Now, when price came here, you realize something. This point is also a key level. This point is a key level. So these are what we call confluences, okay? But that's not why we are here. I just want you to see something about these trend lines and use them in your favor as you trade, okay? And here, when price was trending upwards, we take it from, because how do you draw a trend line? You make sure price touches the line as many times as possible, okay? So for example, Price bounced off from here, came all the way up, came back, bounced here, pulled all the way up. And now the third time, what happened? It break through. The third time here, what happened? It break through. Which means when price is coming to your trend line the third time, you need to be very, very vigilant because that might be the very last time price will touch that zone. Okay, that's what I wanted you to see. Well, this wasn't even supposed to be on this, but I just thought I should update you guys on it. Okay, because some of you are just drawing trend lines on the chart and you don't know how to actually use them. So this is just a little tip. So when testing your trend lines, make sure you work out very well. Okay, so looking at what price is doing, you realize that since we are ranging within this zone and overall, this pair has been bearish. Okay, so there is a higher possibility for price to be targeting 1.60,000, 1.60,000. Okay, so we think overall this is what price wants. Okay, this is what price wants. Okay, now since we have seen this on the day, on the monthly, let's go down to the weekly. Okay, so let's look at what the weekly time frame has in store for us. And now that we already have a bigger picture, we know exactly what we are looking for. Now you'll notice that the weekly is currently giving us some bearish vibes. Okay, let me just widen our charts so we look at where price is currently and how price has been reacting. Okay, so looking at what happened, price came to this key level. What happened? It touched once, twice, thrice, four times, five times, and what happened? It gave us this massive sell. But now, looking at price action, price will not just move like that blindly. All right, price always gives you the possibility to have an entry. So at this point, we know where price is going to, which is 1.60,000. That's what we think, all right? That's what we saw on our monthly time frame, that this is where price is coming to. And within this, we have key levels and mid levels. So I want to draw a mid level, which is as well a key level on this chart. So we'll take it around 1.87,000. I think that would be the best. Is that actually? No, let's take 1.86,000. Hmm, 1.85,000 is cool. So let's use 1.85,000 as our mid-level of our zone. Okay, 1.85,000. Yeah, let's use it. And now you realize that's exactly where price has tapped. Price has tapped here once, twice, thrice, and whenever price taps on that zone, what happens? It reacts, right? Price came here, stopped here. It happens over and over and over and over. You see, this is more like art, like I told you. So this is a zone where price is currently at and price is reacting from it. And you see, we've had a weekly engulfing candle, okay? A weekly bullish engulfing candlestick telling you there's a possibility for price to give you the pullback we are expecting to see before we continue right to the downside. Now, why am I expecting a pullback? Look at something. Since price left this zone to this point, have you gotten any major pullback? No. So let's place our Fibonacci, okay, from this point where price gave us the last pullback structure, right, to the current low. You see that price just gave us a small move and continue dropping. So price has not given us a pullback. So we're expecting price to give us something like this, right? If price can give us something like this, then we know we can continue the sales, right? So on the weekly, we see that we are bearish, but we have not gotten the pullback we need to continue the trend to the downside. So on the weekly time frame, we see there's a possibility for GBPAUD to pull back up all the way up to 2.00. All right, so price might hit 2.00 before the crash continues. So that's what we see on the weekly time frame. Okay, and let's keep it going. Now let's go to the daily. I just want you to see this breakdown and understand how you can do top-down analysis on this pair. Okay, you have to understand it. That's how simple it should be. Okay, now for us to buy, we have to wait and see a bullish confirmation. As of now, price has not yet given us any buy confirmation. So the daily, we are still in a downtrend. Okay, so I don't feel comfortable selling around a above a key level. I sell below a key level and I buy above a key level. So as of now, I am not seeing any buys. Now, the last time frame we'll look at is the 4 hours time frame. That's where we'll see if we have gotten any change of character. If not, we keep waiting until we see a clear 4 hours change of character or daily change of character. That's where we'll start looking for a possibility to get a buy entry. And looking at what we have, you will see clearly that we have an inverse head and shoulder, and price has not yet tapped on our neckline of the head and shoulder. So let's take, for example, this is the left shoulder, this is the head, and this is the right shoulder. And what happened? Price came all the way up and took out the last structure, because this is the last structure that price created before downwards move on the measure time frame. This is the 4 hours external trend. Okay, so at this point, what are we anticipating for? Price has started giving us this downwards movement. Okay, so there's a possibility for price to pull down because price has not yet tapped on this neckline. Hey, it has tapped. It has tapped. So you see, price is now around our buying zone on the 4 hours time frame. So we need to be very vigilant. We'll be watching GBP AUD closely to see if we can have a good buy to continue the trend to the upside, so we can have the pullback we're expecting to continue selling the overall market. So if this video has helped you in any way, do not forget to show some love by subscribing. Subscribe to the channel and let's keep it going. Love you. Looking forward to see you on the next video. Ciao.